Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I am Ashley Casper and today we are going to be comparing normal Crayola crayons with twistable Crayola crayons to see, are they the same? Are they more pigmented? Is one more pigmented than the other? We're going to figure all of that out today. But before we do, I want to tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Ashley Casper, as I said that already, and I am the owner of AshleyCasperArt.com as well as ProsperoIllustrations.com. And I have some recent products that I have created that I want to just bring some awareness to. The new monthly zine, this is something you can get for free by joining my email list and signing up. You'll get free access to a little secret nook of the internet that I like to call zines and things. And it's just a little library where I will drop little goodies each month, randomly sometimes, but at least once a month, new little printables that you can print at home and color yourself. And this is the one for May of 2026, and it is a mini zine that you can print of Prospero. This is my little character, my little cockapoo. And so this is the second one in the library right now. Another one, this is one that is for purchase. You can download, you can get this mailed to you, or you can download the printable file. There are two options there for you. But this is my first half fold zine that I created. I have already colored this one in, so obviously yours will not be colored in. But this is a zine that I recently created, and you can check that out. And the other product that I have, which is also available inside of Zines and Things, is a full 30-page printable coloring book. And these are obviously not a full-size coloring page, but I printed them personally so that I can color little ACEO cards. And if you don't know what those are artist trading cards, basically. And so these are just some of the images that you can find inside of that book, and lots of coloring fun. All right, let's get right to the content today. So first thing that I want to point out is I'm going based off of the main 24 that I have found to be in most of the 24 packs of color crayons by Crayola. I have my 24 pack here of the Twistables, and these were the same color. So these are the ones we have: red, scarlet, red, orange, orange, yellow, green, yellow, yellow, green, green, blue, green. I always mess up on pronouncing this. Cerulean, I think is how you pronounce it. Correct me if I'm wrong. Blue, indigo, beautiful, blue violet, violet, violet red, carnation pink, apricot or apricot, brown, gray, black, and white. So those are the 24 colors we have here. When I opened this little box here, it had 24 in it, and it had these three colors: robin's egg blue, sea green, and goldenrod. Those three I don't have ones for here. And the three colors it did not have were scarlet, cerulean, and beautiful. So I pulled these from my crayon stash. As you can tell, these are not new. So I have these to add into this set now. A friend of mine actually mentioned in one of my other videos that she was not aware that you could sharpen these. So if you are today years old and just learning, you can sharpen these. They work really well with a standard pencil sharpener. I just extend it and sharpen it, and then I put it back down so that I don't break that tip. I will say you can sharpen normal color crayons in this size, but if they have the paper on it, and one of my biggest pet peeves is peeling the paper off of crayons, but if they have the paper on it, you can actually use one of the wider mouth sharpeners, and it will work really well. I'm going to go ahead and sharpen this green just to kind of show you. And you do just kind of have to maneuver it a little bit. But yeah, so it'll get that paper in all for you, so you don't have to worry about tearing the paper. Another little thing that I have discovered in my time of playing with crayons is that they will leave a little bit of a residue. Having this to wipe it off, it leaves less streaks on your paper. I'll show you that in a moment. So we're going to start with red. I'm going to move these out of my way. And I'm just going to swatch it out. So with all crayons, if you want vibrant colors, you do tend to have to press down pretty hard. Okay, I definitely see a difference in shade. So just to show you, this is a red. These, unfortunately, do not have the label of the color on them. So I did my very best of color coding them with the key. This actually did come with the Twistables. So I can't really show you. You just kind of got to trust me here. But I will show you the color of the crayon that I'm comparing it to. So there is a bit of a difference in the shade. The crayon seems to have a bit more of an orange, I feel, to it. The next one is scarlet. And now for the crayon, scarlet. Pretty similar in color, but I definitely feel like there's more pigment in the crayon. Something else I'm noticing is this is definitely more waxy on the paper, the crayon is, versus the Twistable. They're obviously all crayons, but we'll say crayon, Twistable. Now, this is what I wanted to kind of demonstrate earlier. I'm going to zoom in and show you. They're right here. I'm going to wipe with my hands, and you can kind of see the residual that left on there. Now, I'll show you in a moment after we get a couple more colors on here, the difference between that versus the toilet paper. We're doing a couple of science experiments here today. I love that. All right, now we are on to red orange. Okay. You can also, so you can definitely see a lot more of the wax coming off of the normal crayons. There's a difference in the feel as well that I'm going to have a hard time trying to find the words to describe. But there is a smoothness. So I don't know if you saw that. Let me zoom in. There's no smearing of the little crumbs. Wax crumbs, that's what I'll call them. No smearing of the wax crumbs. All right, let me zoom back out. And we are back to swatching. There's a smoothness about this one, but the color that you get from the crayon versus the twistable is honestly the most satisfying part for me. I've been using twistables over regular crayons for a couple of weeks. I haven't done this comparison, and I will say there's such a benefit being almost 40, and my hands much prefer holding this versus holding this, and I have broken a number of these trying to, so that's kind of why I went to these. But I am honestly wondering if there is probably a 3D printed, maybe I could get that, a 3D printed something to go around this. A crayon holder. Maybe there is one already. So the orange, definitely more pigment. And I'll even try to go over this again, guys, but it just doesn't seem like it's getting any brighter. And gals. I say guys as a generic term, FYI. All right, on to yellow orange. So we're gonna start with this one. This one is really, really giving me dandelion vibes. Are you a dandelion lover? Anyone that knows Crayola knows that dandelion is a retired color that had people get their panties in a wad. And I say that gently because honestly, oh, whoa. Okay, yellow, orange. I'm going to double check my numbers here. 5, yellow, orange. Okay. That's a big difference. I am realizing as I found a couple of dandelions in my old Crayola stash, I definitely appreciate how bold it is, and I'm going to take very good care of the ones that I have. However, I do want to test this really quick. I'm grabbing my dandelion color crayon. Here it is. I'm going to sharpen it really quick. As you can see, I was playing with it the other day. Oh, it's kind of breaking a little bit. All right, I'm going to stop doing that. Okay, so I'm curious. Oh my gosh. Are you seeing this? This is dandelion yellow. They definitely don't look the same there, but that's pretty darn close. So if you're in need of a dandelion yellow, you might be in luck if you get a pack of the Twistables and get the one that's supposed to be the yellow orange. Maybe you'll look up and get the same shade that I got. I'm curious, Crayola, are you changing up? Are you mixing up the formulas on us? I want to know. I wonder if Crayola will respond. I'm not trying to reveal any kind of a big Crayola secret here. I'm just doing my own experiment. Let's move on. All right, so yellow. Starting with Twistable. Lilo. That's how my son used to say it. Lilo. And for the crayon, those are pretty spot on. I see a little bit more pigment still in the crayon versus, yeah, there's definitely more pigment. Not much though. I'd say those two are probably those two are probably the two closest ones far. Now we are doing yellow green. Yellow green. This is one of my favorite colors to use when I'm doing leaves. I like to mix it with the blue green. Adds a bit of a highlight, but you do have to press down. That's one thing I have found. So there's a good bit of residue from that one, but I press down harder than the others. All right, let's see. Are we going to have more pigment? Oh, yeah. It's a little bit... Oh, breaking my tip here. Okay. Maybe a little more yellow, I think. So I'm not sure if you're noticing, but I'm using the toilet paper and it's leaving much less little marks on the paper. That's one of the things that I noticed about crayons that I did not like either. Moving on to yellow green. Wait, that's the one we just did, isn't it? No, we did green yellow. Now we're doing yellow green. Okay. Did I grab the right one? No, I did not. All right, because I know these don't layer very well, I'm going to do this one right here. I messed up a little bit, but it'll be all right. It'll be all right. So this is the Twistable versus the Crayon. Kind of close, but still more pigment on the crayons. I think I'm just going to have to find me a little tool to use with my crayons. 9 is green. Green and green. I don't think I showed you the last one. Yellow green. These are a little bit different. Slightly different, but very, very similar. I would put this one in the category with the yellow and the orange and red orange. Those are all pretty close. All right, 10. It's one of my favorite. How many we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's do 10 here. This is one of my favorite, but even I noticed the difference in the pigment of it without the comparison, because it's a color that I used a lot when I was coloring. And so, like, yeah, it's a big wow, the difference in these two. So I definitely want to go back to my Crayola Crayon normal for that color. Oh, I didn't show you the blue-green. Blue-green. Next is the word I cannot pronounce. Cerulean? Cerulean? And this is the one that was missing, or one of them that was missing. This particular crayon doesn't feel smooth. Like, it's leaving darker streaks. I'm going to grab one of my other ones. I'm just curious. Okay, that one's not leaving as much. Yeah, it's kind of streaky too, so maybe it is just a cerulean thing. Y'all are going to have to correct me if I'm saying that word wrong. Number 12 is just blue. Just plain old blue. So another thing that I learned, and I did not verify this information, so don't quote me, but I do believe that... Oh, that one left a little streak. I do believe that dandelion was replaced by Beautiful, is what I had read, but I didn't verify that. All right, moving on. Next is number 13. That is indigo. Indigo. Definitely a little bit of a purple vibe, which you can tell from the plastic. But this one gives more of a blue vibe. Oh, but it's very purple. Very purple. And obviously a massive difference in pigment in those two, right there. All right, my toilet paper is failing me right now, I think. I bragged on it too soon. All right, moving on. Number 14, this one is the Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I like saying that. It's beautiful. And for the crayon. So definitely deeper color in the crayon than in the Twistable. Beautiful, and then blue violet. This one seems just a little bit darker than that one. And this one gives more purple. Blue violet. I haven't been showing y'all the names, I don't think. All right, do it softer. Do it like you're sweeping the page, dusting the page. 16 is red violet. Got 24 crayons. All right, this one's definitely more red. Red violet. Definitely more red. Next is violet. And this feels more pink to me than it does violet. Violet. Yeah, this is how I picture purple or violet whenever I see it. Not that. So huge difference in those two. This one is violet red. Violet red. For sure, more pigment. This one is number 19. This is carnation. More pigment. And the last of the colors, we're going to move on to the neutrals next. This is apricot. Yes. Much more pigment with the crayons. So I do think that has been the conclusion today for sure. Now let's take a look at our neutrals. I'm just going to do these really quickly. We've got brown. Oops. We've got gray. Very, very light on the gray. And black. I am not even going to worry about doing the white. White is really more for blending. You will never be able to see a white crayon. I mean, maybe on black paper, but it's been so long since I've even tested that. Okay, I was interrupted, but we're going to finish this. So, I think I was telling you about the white crayon before I was so rudely interrupted. Look at that brown! Like, that looks so much more like... Since when does brown create joy? But looking at that brown compared to that brown definitely creates more joy. Anyway, as I was saying, the white crayon is typically used for blending, and I'll demonstrate momentarily. Oh, flaky crayons. And now for the black. Oh, look at the color. So I say, if you're going for joy, go for the crayons. All right, white. So this one kind of broke on me. So I'm not going, actually, you know what? We're just gonna, that was not put on there very well. Crayola, not sure what you're doing. Get your stuff together. Oh, not that one. Okay, so I did say earlier that the smaller one would probably sharpen these without paper. I take that back. That was wrong. So we're going to the bigger one. All right, I don't need it super sharp because I'm blending. Okay, we're going to zoom in to the blues up here because they look a little wonky, and we're going to blend. See, this is why the Twistables are better. The little streaky things, watch, it's not going to work. It's working. It's smoothing it out a little bit, maybe. All right, let's try something else. Let's do my favorite two colors. We're going to do okay. So now I can show you successfully how the white works. You obviously don't want a whole lot of wax because you're just going to be spreading wax. This is more for use whenever you are lightly shading, okay? No, lightly shading. Then we're going to take the blue-green and we're going to lightly shade. And I want you to watch the magic that happens with the white crayon. I'm going to do just a little darker. I'm going to wipe off this excess. And I'm going to take my white. Make sure it's cleaned off because you don't want other colors going on it. This is just how I clean it off. All right, we're all clean. Do you see what's happening? Do you see it? Do you see it? It's magic! So, don't do it whenever you've got layers and layers and layers of wax because you're just going to get a big ugly mess like that. But if you're going for that, then the white will help you with the blending and making things look more uniform and less crayony. Crayony. Is that a word? Crayony. All right. All right. And there you have it. We have the twistable crayons on this side and the normal Crayola crayons on this side. And, you know, the traditional crayon wins every time, except the good old dandelion, aka yellow orange, in the twistable. It doesn't look like it, but it's pretty darn close. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. I thoroughly enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got some value from this. Like, subscribe, follow for more. Drop a comment. Let me know which one of these colors was your favorite today, and what other crayon science experiments would you like to see? Let me know. Have an awesome day.